Performance marketing sounds simple from outside. You run ads, track numbers, and improve results. But when I actually tried learning it, I opened one tab, then another tab, and suddenly I was looking at Google Ads, Meta Ads, TikTok Ads, Google Analytics 4, Google Tag Manager, Looker Studio, ROAS, CPA, LTV, attribution model, tracking pixels, landing pages, dashboards, and a lot more. All of these sounds quite a mouthful, right? And honestly, it felt like performance marketing was not one skill. It felt like 20 skills stacked on top of each other. So I gave myself a very small challenge. For 7 days, I would try to learn performance marketing right from the scratch. But I did not just want to watch tutorials and pretend that I understood everything. The rule that I set for myself was quite simple. Every day, I had to build one real asset on screen. Day 1, a performance marketing map. Day 2, a KPI cheat sheet. Day 3, an ad breakdown board. Day 4, a funnel breakdown. Day 5, a tool stack map. Day 6, a mock campaign plan. And day 7, a beginner-friendly roadmap on which I can build more in the future and learn more in depth about performance marketing. The goal was not to master performance marketing in 7 days because that would be a very dumb idea. The goal was simpler. Can I turn this confusing topic into a clear beginner map that actually makes sense? Okay, let's clear it again. I'm not trying to become an expert in just 7 days. I am trying to understand the system. Again, the rule is very simple. Each day needs to produce something visible, not just notes. Performance marketing feels overwhelming because beginners see tools before they understand the system. The first mistake that I made, and I guess beginners would do the same, is that I started learning about the platforms right from the get-go. I was also asking myself that should I learn Google Ads, Meta Ads, Google Analytics 4, and other ad platforms like TikTok Ads, and I believe people who are just starting out learning about performance marketing are maybe doing the same. But after doing a bit of digging, brainstorming with the chatbot, I came to a conclusion that before choosing the tools, learning about the platforms, I needed to understand what performance marketing actually is and what it's supposed to do. My very first thought about performance marketing was it's just learning about paid ads and learning about paid ad platforms like Google Ads, Meta Ads, TikTok Ads, and KPIs like ROAS, CPA, CTR, CPC, learning about landing pages, creatives, tag managers, learning about reporting tools like Looker Studio, and much more. But fortunately, very early on, I understood that it's a system and everything is intertwined and dependent on each other. This was a big shift for me because ads were only one part of this whole system. So if we look at the map itself, we can clearly see the flow of the whole system, and offer comes first before the ads. So if the offer is weak, the ad struggles. If the landing page is weak, campaign leaks, which we don't want at all. Then if the tracking is broken, then you don't even know what is working, and your reporting and data analysis will suffer a lot. Now let's talk about day 2. So on day 2, I started learning about the most important KPIs which are related to performance marketing, because metrics are only useful when they connect to a real business goal. So I started building a KPI cheat sheet, which you can see right here. So here the core KPIs to cover, and in my opinion they are the most useful ones. So they are impressions, clicks, CTRs, CPC, conversions, CPA, and ROAS. At first, all these metrics looked like random acronyms, but once I put them in a table format, I started seeing what each number actually tells you. Impressions tells you how many times the ad was shown, click shows the interest, CTR shows whether the ad is getting attention, CPA shows how much it costs to get the result, and ROAS shows how much revenue comes back from the ad spend. I have also done a simple calculation example. Here you can see spend, clicks, conversion, and revenue. And here you can see the metrics which are really important to calculate if you're profitable or not, and how to figure out those metrics, the formulas, and the results. I'm not gonna go through them in detail, but feel free to pause the screen and get everything into your head. The biggest lesson from day 2 was that numbers don't matter by themselves. They matter matter when they tell you what to fix. Now let's talk about day 3. Things got a little bit exciting on day 3 because I started studying real ads. Good performance marketing ads are not just about nice designs. They're about hook, offer, audience, and action. If you want to learn more about ads which are working in your niche, you can always go to Meta Ads Library or Google Ads Transparency Center, and you can always search for the niche that you are working in or the niche you are interested in about and search about them on these platforms, and you will get the whole history of ads that specific companies are running in that niche. So when I was going through these platforms, which I thought were really performing well, I was thinking that performance ads were mostly about the design of the creatives. But after looking at couple dozens of ads in different niches from different companies, I noticed something else. The strongest ads usually make the offer clear very fast. So those ads answers these specific questions very fast. That is, who is this for? What do they get? And what should they do next? Which led me to do a bit of experiment with some ad creatives that I made by myself. So here you can see 3 ad creatives for the same exact offer. So you might be thinking which one worked better. So all of these are a bit different from each other, and the difference are clear offer ad, good visuals, but the offer is a bit weaker on this one, and ad 3 is more specific to the audience. So here is the breakdown for each creative. How are they different from each other? And later on in the video, in the upcoming days, we will see how each of them performed and how each of them are different from each other. And these creatives will heavily affect the funnel, which leads us to day 4, and where we learn and understand about funnels and landing pages. The ad is only the beginning. The funnel decides whether attention turns into real results. So here we can see how a funnel works, but this one, it's broken. So here we can see the ad has done its job. It led to the click, and after the click, the customer landed on the landing page, and here the problem lies. And this is where performance marketing started feeling like a real business strategy, because here we can see even if the ad is good, the campaign can still fail. If the landing page is confusing, people leave and bounce off. And if the ad creative or the offer is weak, people do not react. They don't click. It's that simple. So when all the clogs of performance marketing work together properly, they look something like this. So this is an example of simple performance marketing funnel. Here you can see ad comes first, then comes the action. People see it and click and learn more. Then they land on the landing page. They take action on the landing page, that is conversion. Then after they have been converted, meaning you have already made a sale, it's your job to follow up, to build trust and repeat more sales. And in that way, you generate revenue and grow your business. So I think it's quite clear by now that to make a sale, to convert customers, having strong ads, having strong offers, and having a very clear landing page is quite crucial. So on day 4, after scouring through a lot of landing pages and learning more about how to analyze a landing page properly, I came up with this very simple landing page checklist. Here we can see all the landing page elements. I have listed only the crucial elements here. Before you launch any campaign at this scale, I believe you should always make up a checklist like this for maximum efficiency and maximum accuracy. On day 5, I started learning and understanding the tool stack. I started mapping out the whole tool stack, because tools are less intimidating when you know where they fit in the system. So here I have divided the tools and platforms into categories. It gets a bit simpler if you divide and understand what tools and what platforms does what kind of work. That's why I divided everything into categories. So in the media buying category, we have Meta Ads, Google Ads, and these days, almost everything is covered by these 3. If you know a bit about these, you can run paid campaigns and reach your audiences at a big scale. And after digging a bit in depth into these media buying platforms, I would say the learning priority on these is quite high. So I would suggest you learn them as soon as possible. Then comes the tracking platforms. Here we can see Google Analytics 4, Google Tag Manager, and Pixels. All of these are quite broad, and all of these help you measure what people do on your landing page after they click your ad. So these are quite broad topics, and I would suggest learning the basics would do just fine for beginner level. After these, the other platforms and tools and apps, they are all supporting tools, meaning they help you organize the data, analyze data, research, summarize, and explain data. For that, the AI tools works flawlessly. Again, I want to clarify that day 5 was not about mastering every tool, because that would be impossible. The goal was just to understand what each tool does. After understanding what each tool does, I came up with this learn now versus learn later list. So in the learn now list, all the ad platforms, Google Sheets, one AI tool that is ChatGPT, and understanding how to calculate KPIs. These are crucial. After understanding the purpose of every tool, I placed them inside the system, and the tool stack became less crazy. Okay, now comes the exciting part, day 6, where I build a mock campaign and apply everything that I learned so far into this one campaign plan. This is where all the learnings connects together. It's quite crucial to have a proper plan. So I came up with this day 6 mock campaign document. Here I have planned out everything in the document, like what the campaign is about, what kind of business it is that we will be running the campaign for, the business goal, our target audience, our main offer. This is really crucial. We need to have this written down clearly, because offer can break or make the whole campaign. Then I locked in the platforms that I am planning to use, which is Meta Ads. Then I have also added some supporting aspects of the campaign. For example, the campaign objective and other stuff which are related to the campaign. It is very necessary to have everything in detail written down so that we are clear about everything before even thinking about running a paid campaign. So after learning for all these days, this was the first day where performance marketing started to click really, because all the pieces were not separate anymore. The whole campaign comes into this flow. That is, we run an ad, customers click on the ad, land onto our landing page, make their action, that is order or reservations. Then we track their activity on our landing page and record everything. Then we analyze those reports on a weekly basis and pinpoint the nuances that we can improve. And lastly, optimization for the next version, which is very crucial. Again, this whole game is about evolution, improving every time you post something, test something, and you learn something. Now the real sauce is the execution. That means running the ads in real time. So to understand everything in a clear and better way, I made this mood board on Adobe Firefly. So here we can see day 6. So the first thing was the planning document that I came up with. At first, I brain dumped everything about the campaign, and I brainstormed with the chatbot and fine-tuned the campaign. That whole document I documented in Notion. You can use any other tools that you prefer. Here, after the planning document, I came up with this, again, the flow diagram, the campaign flow diagram, which explains how the whole procedure will flow. Then comes the ads themselves. Here you can see, and even the copy is different because the audience affects the creatives, and the offer which are in the creative affects the click. So every creative is a bit different and it offers a bit differently. So at the end of the day, we have more data about what works, what doesn't work. These creatives, so when someone clicks on these creatives like order now, it takes them to the landing page, and the landing page is again very crucial. And as we can see here, the landing page is looking very easy to navigate. All the offers are quite visible and clear, and it is quite easy to order or book a table. This whole landing page was built from the learnings and the findings from day 4, where we learned about funnels and where we built a landing page checklist. So now you can see how the dots, how they connect to each other and how they lead to the the big picture. So whenever a customer lands on your landing page and does anything, all the activity is recorded in Google Analytics 4, which leads us to the reporting segment of this section, for which I came up with this campaign KPI reporting sheet, which has all the key metrics which we will be needing to optimize our creatives, our copies, and our ad decisions in the future. So here you can see all the metrics that we learned from day 2, and here you can see all of them with real-time numbers and how they serve you to understand better and learn quicker for your future decisions about your ad campaign. You can pause the screen and go through the whole reporting sheet properly and understand what's happening here. For clarity's sake, I have also put some formulas on how to calculate these metrics for referencing, so that even if I forget, I can always come back to these formulas and just be golden. I am not gonna go through every metric in detail because that would make the whole video like 2 days long. But to keep it short and sweet, the result we can understand from the whole shenanigan that we pulled for last 6 days. Here the most important things are the CPA, cost per acquisition, and the ROAS, that is return on ad spend. Here we can see how each creative and their offers perform. So the quick lunch creative and the offer did kinda okay-ish, and after that the student deal, which was the direct and specific offer with the same creative, did the best here, where we can see the CPA is the lowest and the ROAS is the highest. And the third one, which was lunch near you creative and offer, was the weakest, where the CPA is the highest and the ROAS is the lowest. I came up with this campaign summary as well, where we do the average of everything and make our decision. After running and learning all these, we came to a conclusion that being very specific and direct with the offer and having a decent creative is the way to go in this niche particularly. So to understand the campaign in a bit more narrow way, we always need to keep in mind this loop, that is the ad, the landing page, the action by your customers, tracking those actions and activities, recording them, and having a proper analysis on those reports on a weekly basis. And then from there, we optimize and improve our next version. That's it. So now let's start landing the plane and discuss the whole roadmap structure, level by level. Level 1, beginner map. We know our customer, we understand their journey, then we have a proper grasp on the basics of KPIs, track the right numbers that show performance. Then we learn about ad breakdowns, understand the key parts of a high performing ad. Then we start learning simple funnels, how the whole process works from a click to sale. Then we learn about platforms and try to master one platform before moving to the next ones. And I would suggest we go for meta ad because that covers a lot these days. And lastly, for level 1, we learn the basics of reporting and learn about tools like Google Sheets, Excel, how formulas works in them, those kinds of stuff. The goal for level 1 is to build the foundation, understanding the basics, and maybe running your first campaign. That's it. Then we come to level 2, the practical skills. So here we learn firstly about basics of meta ads, basics of Google ads, Google Analytics for basics, Google Tag Manager basics, landing page basics and testing them, learning different angles for creatives and how to test them properly. Then lastly, budget management, which is very crucial again because things can get out of hand very quickly. And trust me, no one wants that, especially your clients. When I was thinking about this level, when I was writing about this level, I came to a conclusion that this level is designed to do experiments, mess up, learn by doing real things and getting hands-on experience. And we all know that hands-on experience builds real confidence, which will lead us to making better decisions in the future. Okay, there is another level that is level 3, which is the advanced level. And at the beginner level, we don't really have to think about these at first. So I covered very less about these in the whole video because these are more like specialized and a bit on the complicated side of the things. For me, next on the plate are these things, that is attribution, server-side tracking, marketing efficiency ratio, lifetime value of a customer, Looker dashboards, and mastering the whole funnel reporting. Again, I labeled them as advanced because in my opinion, these tools and platforms and tracking systems are designed for later down the line, where when you'll be a bit bit more experienced and when you will have a bit more mess ups under your belt. So for me, this is where I will be moving towards next, learning about these in detail. And I can say this will take some time. So to conclude this level, the goal for this level is to think like a marketer, building scalable systems and creating measurable impact. If you have complete grasp on these as well, I would say you are a certified marketer and you are job ready. So after 7 days, I did not become a performance marketer, not even close, but now I have a clear understanding of the whole map. And honestly, I think that is what every beginner needs at first when they're just starting out. Not 50 tutorials, not 20 tools, but just a clear understanding of how the system works. So the main lesson is performance marketing is not about tools first. It's about understanding the system. Before this experiment, performance marketing felt like a wall of tools and acronyms. But now I see it more like a loop where everything connects. You understand the business goal, you choose an audience, you create an offer for the audience, you test creatives, you send people somewhere to do something. That is, you send people from your ads to your landing page where they pay you. Then you track what they did on the landing page. You record and report those results and then you improve. Very simple, right? Okay, that was a pun. So the beginner mistake that I made and I went through when I started this experiment, and I'm sure you guys could relate to it as well, is that trying to master everything at once. The better move is to build the map first. If you're trying to learn marketing or performance marketing, please do comment down below which part feels most confusing to you right now. If you like this video, you can check out my other video where I discuss about what marketing students learn too late about getting hired. I am documenting more of my marketing learning process on this channel. So subscribe if you want to follow the journey from beginner to actually building real marketing systems. So subscribe if you want to follow my journey from beginner to building real marketing systems and much more. So this is it for today. Thank you very much for watching and I will catch you guys on the next one. Till then, peace.